I launched a new meme coin, and I have to be honest, things did not happen the way I wanted it. And I think I owe you guys a video of explanation because I did some wrongdoings and I don't want you to do the same thing. So I'm gonna explain because Studio X channel say it's a rug again, not handsome anyway. Scammer, don't buy. User BP2H. We get Queen Nasty talking about something else. That scam. Lost my house, wife, and kids. John Case. You need to make coins daily for more profit. And Foot sold your fisherman 4 hours ago. Live rock pool. Say Traher. Already rugged. Marketing Antoine from SN7. Fake and scam. Scam with 3A by Hashem 7204. More scammer than handsome, I guess, by Boria Chase. Stay handsome. So I got a lot of accusation. Some are stronger than others. Some people are angry, and I can understand they have a good reason to be angry. Because at the beginning of the project, when we launched, before anything, at 1.29, this is a community-based project. This is for fun. This is an experiment. Do not invest any money that you can't afford to lose. By the way, welcome on Handsome Finance, where we study what's happening on chain because the blockchain is an open ledger. And that's why we did a massive mistake here, and particularly myself, because we created a massive problem of illiteracy of the blockchain. So don't forget to pull down your little matchup because we are going to study all the transactions that happened during this launch, why we had those massive pump and dump and pump and dump, and we will see who made the real money and why you should not trust me ever. All right, I want to be as honest as I can. And this reminds me a story that I had because I did all that launch publicly. I don't hide my face. This is not like a fake profile. I do it all like that. I take massive risk talking about crypto in public like this. Most launch, they publish the video after. So like this, all their friends, everyone had the time to set up everything, and then they can talk about it on the video. Or they would launch anonymously and then tell you, oh, this is a real video. I know it because I get tons of marketing proposals and some by some YouTubers that offer to do a video in exchange of money. So of course, when you are honest and handsome, it's gonna make people angry. And I can understand. It reminds me a story that happened just a few months ago where a guy accused me publicly in Facebook group of trying to steal his girlfriend. Like I had to try. Plus, anyway, we talked, and then at the end, the guy said, you know what? You're actually a pretty nice guy. It's hard to hate you. I understand him. I tried to hate myself. I could not do it. So let's try to understand what happened behind the launch of Handsome Pepe. The beautiful Pepe, the one you should follow on Twitter. And for that, nothing better than studying what happened on Dex Screener. And I want to show you some signs that I talked about during the live that were really important. First, what you have to know is that the launch was on Pump.fun. So this is one of the most fair launch you could ever have. Even I used one of my public addresses so everyone could have seen the transaction. And normally when you go on Pump.fun, it takes a bit of time. You see this one, it's been 15 minutes and it's not out yet. But when we check our launch, we know that in less than 5 or maximum 10 minutes, it was complete. So we were one of the fastest project and probably the fastest project ever launched on Pump.fun. Even we didn't make it to the top here because we were too fast. So that's the first problem. When you watch Handsome Finance and you heard about it on Telegram or in the investors boardroom, you know that this launch is going to do some moves. And when you see the first candles on the 1 minute chart, the variation of pricing, and I talked about it during my live, is insane. From 1684 to 4506 in just 1 minute. Can you imagine? Why we have this? Because tons of people are trying to buy. Why are they trying to buy? Because they want to make money. I guess. I don't think it was for charity. When I said don't expect to make any money with this launch, but greed is something that is driving the crypto market. So we have all those people trying to buy at whatever price they can buy because they think this is gonna go super high. However, some other people are here to make money and don't care about feelings. And that's when you check the top traders. But first, I need to address one issue that people say I was selling my handsome Pepe. That's not true. I did not sell anything. I put my own money. I put my own time to create this coin. I put my own jokes, my own creativity, all the knowledge. I bought 34.6 H Pepe for 1 Sol. And I did not sold any of them. I still have all of them in my wallet. And I could have sell it. I deserve to sell it. I have no engagement with anyone about selling it or not. I created it. This is an open market. I can do whatever I want. And you invest in crypto because it's unregulated. Now, what is interesting is to see the contrast you can have in crypto. So some people will say, I'm a scammer. And some other people say, got in early, made money, and I'm holding a moon bag. Thanks for the dope live stream this morning. Yes, crypto is PvP. So if you lose money, someone else is making money. If people wanted me to go live for longer, and I would go on chain to show you who made the good money, it's because they think if I stay live, the price will go up. Actually, when I was doing the live, the price was going down. It doesn't matter, the market will choose. But they think that I am the only one who can move the price. I'm not. It's people buying and selling. So when you're buying and the price is going down, it's someone selling on you. And when you want me to stay, it's because you want more people to go in. So when you enter, for example, is here, and you hope that Antoine goes live, so the price go up, but all the people that buying here, they might lose money because you might sell on them. There's nothing wrong about that. It's totally right, actually. This is how the market works. It's a zero-sum game. And most of the people will not make any money. Particularly Studio X channel, who say it's a rug again, not handsome anyway. And then when I check his channel, Forex and Gold Live, you guys all know at least 100 people that are millionaires trading Forex, right? They are better than the quants who are on this market with better understanding and better algorithm. Cent micro trading, $20 with only 1 cent. This is the best, right? Commission free trading. We love that commission free trading. It doesn't mean that they make any money. They don't want to make money actually. They just want to give money free to the market. So of course, if you listen to those kind of people, you're gonna run into some problems. And where he did actually something that is right is, I'm not handsome anyway. I'm fucking handsome. And his girlfriend or his wife, if he has any, knows that. So he's angry at me. And I can understand. I would be angry too. Now let's shift actually into the real learning thing by studying what's happening on chain. I just wanted to address this minority that is super loud. It's like the less than 5% that are barking like crazy and that create noise in the room. So now on the internet, they have this room where they can scream freely with being hidden by their identity because they're scared. They are scared to show who they are in the real world. And same online. So just to let you know, I will delete their comments and I will block everyone on the channel that comment like that. So you will understand the filter I apply. I'm always honest about what I do. And if you don't like that, then don't watch my video. It's fine. I'm not doing this to get more viewers. I'm here to educate the people that can be educated and that can share stuff with me. Anyways, when you check the top traders on DEX screeners here, we can see a lot of people that make money. 15K, 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 12K, 11K, 11K, 10K, 10K, 9K. So I can understand that it could have looked that I was the one doing this transaction or that someone who bought was selling it like that. However, when you see someone selling 15K in one go, you have to understand there is something happening behind. Because with the size of the market we have, this will create massive, massive difference in the market. Because everyone wanted to buy in really early, then this was a huge opportunity for them. Let's open, for example, this trader, which is a normal one. So we're gonna keep it for later. But let's open this transaction. Here, we can see only 2 transactions from this wallet and a lot of Solana. So we get transfer from one to another. And then we can see this transaction, which is buying the Pepe. So now, if you don't know what's happening here, let me show you something important. We are on the same block, which means that the transaction happened at the same time on the blockchain. So those 2 transactions were made together. And in the transaction, we have some swapping of some HPP and a transfer of SOL. So 80 SOL and 121 SOL. When you check actually their SPL transfer, you can see that they bought some HPP. They had some. So 63, 63, 63, it's all in the same block time. So this is not accurate because they bought some. It's just that text screener is not showing you because as it's the blockchain, when the block is finished, we show only what happened at the end. But during that block, few things happen and I'm going to show you how they can do it. It's the same here, same pattern again. We have only 2 transactions and if I click on it, so we're in the block 38. The signer, I can see a lot of transfers of SOL from one account to another. This account doesn't have any SOL as well, you see, but it was supposed to receive those 99 SOL. So probably send it somewhere else. So that transaction, again, we get some 99 SOL that were sold somewhere. And then we could go on and on. If you check the transaction of that person here, the maker, we see a buy of $12,000, 66 SOL on this candle. And as I say, the candles were huge because when we do a live launch like this, a lot of people get really interested and want to buy in. So there is a massive pressure of buyers and some people that want to sell. That's why we had those candles that are insane. And from Radium, that's our buyer here, S8H. We have it here, S8H, right? So then S8H is sending it from Radium, but sending it to another wallet. So this is the wallet that makes the sell, TE. And we can see TE doing the sell on the same minute. Now you understand, I hope, a little bit more what is happening. And if I was the one doing it, I don't care if it's Ransom Pepe or another coin. The level of knowledge and technicity and infrastructure that those people have, they do it on all the coins. And they get a pleasure to get those anon that can hide only behind a JPEG because this is the best target. They think that is the developer selling. They're not going to go and track those wallets and trying to find who is it behind. They're going to choose what is the easiest target that they can choose. And I could go on and on. This is tons of transactions, the same pattern happening all the time. But sometimes you can find, for example, someone who made $9,000 from the launch by what? I guess they bought it on Pump.fun. This account, SPL transfer, I can see the handsome Pepe. So 38,000 million Pepe, and it's a transfer. However, there is one thing that I still struggle to understand. So that's why I'm not the most literate on the blockchain, particularly on Solana, because it's quite a shitty blockchain. So we know that they all interact with this program 7ZXMH, which is the BPF upgradable loader. And when you search, what is that? It's a way to upgrade your transaction. That there are some parts on Solana that you can change. That's why the chances of Handsome Pepe to succeed at the beginning were even harder than any other coins. because the pressure, the number of buyers, the bots, they saw everyone doing the transaction. They saw everyone trying to buy 0.1 sold, 0.5 sold. And for them, this is bread and butter. They know if they go after the smaller portfolio, they can wreck them because they are not going to use the proper settings and they are going to try to buy a little bit when everyone is trying to buy. That's why it's going to be more interesting for me because yes, I'm sorry for my haters, but I'm still going to do experiences in public because I think it's the best way to learn. Some experiences I would just do with the investors boardroom because they understand more what's the profile behind it and I can know what is their level of understanding on the blockchain. Because for me, it annoys me to always get accused of things that I didn't do. People are literally sending Solana for pre-sale to an address and getting totally scammed. But me, I'm doing a public launch where I show everything, my face, my own wallet. I put my own money, my own time, and I still get accused. This is not fair, but the world is not fair and crypto is not fair. So I'm not here to complain. I'm just here to do the statement. And now my next step is going to be trying to do some marketing for this coin. I got contacted by tons of people and I can use some KOL. I'm going to put some budget of my own money again to see where we can push this. The only way we could have avoided this is that when we transition from Pump.fun to DEX Screener, we don't do any transaction. Because on Pump.fun, once we reached 70,000 market cap, we actually went at 80 or even more. Then it goes on to Radium and DEX Screener, where everyone can buy it. But that's where the bot saw that there was all the transaction. The thing is if I said, people don't buy, don't buy, don't buy, don't do anything, you know what would have happened? Is that someone that wanted to get all the money for themselves would have bought at that time. And that's the prisoner's dilemma. I will explain it in that video and how it works because the psychology and how you trade meme coins is actually an art and you have to understand human psychology. So check this one out. And don't forget one thing before you leave. Yes. No, it's not stay handsome. Stay fucking handsome. Ciao.